Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another setup session here at Coach Dave Academy. We are at ACC once again this week, and we have started off with the Bentley for the 1.9 update. We're here at the newest track in ACC, Valencia. So it's going to be an interesting combination. The Bentley is a car that has quite a few things we need to look out for. We need to balance out the rear traction, but at the same time, get the car rotating enough in the high speed corners. So it's very quite interesting to see how this plays out. Amadeo, how are you feeling with this combo?
Yeah, I think for sure it's more difficult than last time with McLaren because the Bentley it's a bit of pace in this patch, but I think we can try to make it not too bad. Uh, it's I think it's good to drive this car, but yeah, it's just a bit too slow. But we see what can we do with this combo.
Yeah, should be interesting. A quick introduction. We've got Amadeo driving the car today. I'm Sai, and we've got Mike taking care of the broadcast. Yeah, we're all set to see what the Bentley can do around Valencia. So let's jump straight into it.
The first impression of the car it's rotates so much. In traction is not so good. I have some issue on traction because it's sliding a bit and it's sliding a bit also on corner entry.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to try to keep the arms on the stiffer side and then probably go up on the front wheel rate to keep the front end planted, or rather the front end, or not transfer too much weight onto the front end when we brake. Then we'll also need to run quite low rear wheel rate.
Also in like turn one, in this turn I struggling so much, but also in turn one I can't enter very fast because every time the rear is losing the grip.
Yep.
So just finish this lap for a better pressure, and then I think we can try some change.
Sure. Cool. So let's try. Let's go 2 clicks up on the front wheel rate.
Okay.
And 1 click down on the rear. No, yeah. Let's start with that, and see if that solves both problems actually,
Okay.
with the entry and exit.
I think it's slightly better, but the problem are the same as before.
Yep.
A bit better, but yeah.
Are the fronts sliding anywhere with the stiffer springs?
No.
No. Okay. How about front response on turn-in? You feeling it be any better?
I think it's quite good, the front response for now, because I have so much problem with the rear stability, so it's more difficult to judge. Yeah, under braking, the car is unstable. It's
Right.
more under braking than it's not like off throttle, but in the first part of braking, especially in this turn, it's difficult.
Okay, so good. At least we've got a benchmark on the sort of pace we're targeting. Um, so yeah, maybe we can test a few more changes now.
Yeah.
Traction, is it still a problem?
Yeah, can be better the traction.
Okay. Cool. So let's do one thing. Let's go up on the diff 5 clicks.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 clicks up on preload. And definitely go down on the rear ride height, maybe 4 clicks.
Yeah.
Um, also go 2 clicks up on the rear orb.
2 clicks up, rear orb.
Yeah.
Copy.
Theoretically, because of the changes we've made on the orb and the diff, traction should be worse, but then the ride height should fix that.
Copy.
So it'll be interesting to see now whether the car understeers and also has traction problems. Because if it is, then that means those changes are too extreme.
I think rear arm is too stiff now. I don't know.
Okay. Because it's
yeah, the grip is not ideal. Yeah, I don't feel better traction than before, and also the entry I don't like so much.
okay.
It's not sliding, but yeah, it feels like not enough grip.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the basically fully locked diff with high arm. So we'll go back to the previous arm and see if that works.
Yeah.
Uh, 2 clicks down on the rear arm. Yeah, let's do just that one change.
Mm-hmm. Still now you have to pay very attention. It's easy to lock up the rear over the curve.
Okay, so it's also basically slippery on the curbs.
A bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure it's better. Now it's more easy on traction.
Awesome. How about the entry? What's it doing on entry?
Better, but I think it's a bit on the limit, the car. 'Cause I feel if I just entry a bit faster than usual, probably the car became unstable. I can't force the entry. I
Okay.
can't push too much. Don't know if it can be also too much soft wheel rate, because like on turn 1 I feel like because it's one of the fastest turn, the car is not so stable in the apex of the turn. It's like it's losing a bit of grip.
Yeah, there's a good chance the wheel rate. That's also the front dampers being quite soft at the moment. So we'll have to adjust those.
I go box for a change or I made another lap?
Yeah, let box. Okay, so let's go to dampers first.
Yeah.
Let's do front bump damping 7 clicks up.
Yeah. The
Front
slow, right?
fast, yeah, slow bump, yep. And front fast bump go 15 clicks up.
Okay.
And then front uh, um, okay, so front rebound go up 7 clicks.
Front rebound. Slow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And front fast rebound go up 14 clicks.
Okay.
Okay. Then what we'll do is go to mechanical grip.
Yeah.
Drop the rear orb 2 clicks.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah. Now with cold tire, this turn is very slippery.
Okay. Yeah, we need to give it a couple of laps just to see how the car works on, warmer tires.
Yeah.
With this update, it always takes a few laps to get in the window.
Especially in this track because it's short track, so
Yeah, a
need more
lot
lap.
of slow speed corners.
just over this curve. Yeah, for sure this time I was a bit too wide, but it's not perfect the car on this bump.
Yep.
And also
Okay.
an entry because it's a bit understeery. When I jump down to the curb, it's like the car goes straight for a moment.
Okay. Yep.
But overall, is for sure better than before the car now. Is very good on entry.
Cool. Um, okay, let's just give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay, can you do 5 clicks down on the front bump stop rate?
Okay. Rate, right?
Rate, yeah. So front bump stop rate, 5 clicks
Mm-hmm.
down.
Yeah.
Um, go, yeah, go to dampers then.
Mm-hmm.
Try front fast rebound, 3 clicks up,
Okay.
and front fast bump, uh, 4 clicks up.
Okay.
Yeah, that says that. How is the traction, by the way?
It's very, yeah, it's good. It's good. No
Okay,
problem on traction.
go.
car feels good, better than before, but the only thing is have a bit more speed on corner entry, where it's just a little bit too lazy on corner
Okay.
entry.
Mhm.
And yeah, traction is very, very good.
Cool. I'm sensing a bit of understeer also on some of the exits, the high-speed exits. Is that right?
No, I think it's on the entry because the entry can I lose
Okay.
sometimes a bit the line, so for this also the exit is not perfect.
Ah, okay. So it's affecting.
Especially
Yeah.
turn one, I feel a
Mhm.
bit understeer. And also on this turn on the penultimate corner. And in the last corner. Because it's more like when in the turn I have to entry with the brake. It's more under braking the understeer.
Got it. Um, okay, I think I know how to fix this without touching the rear of the car at all.
Yep.
Okay. Firstly, I'll go up on the front orb one click,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then go to dampers.
Yeah.
Try 2 clicks down front bump damping.
To click up or down, sorry.
Down, sorry.
Okay.
And 2 clicks up on the front slow rebound,
Mm-hmm.
and 3 clicks up on the front fast rebound.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just that. Actually, I'll quickly send you the screenshots of the setup I have. Just double check we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are the
Yeah, I'm checking.
screenshots. Mhm.
Okay. Just one click different on one damper.
Which one is that?
The front bump when you see the edit now. Just
Okay.
one.
Yeah, so you're 1 click higher than what I have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go one more click down. Um,
Yeah.
so it's the screenshot. Yeah.
I put your thing.
Cool.
Problem is within this curve with Furto entry on this right turn. When
Okay.
I jump down to the curb, the car it's have a moment when it doesn't turn, so I miss the
Okay.
apex.
Uh, Let me quickly check it on the replay to see whether we're
Yeah.
bottoming out or not.
Probably a bit more rotation also on throttle can be good because the traction is so stable. So
Yep.
have a bit of rotation can help me to cross the turn.
Yeah, it's very close to bottoming out. Okay, let's reduce the front bump stop range 3 clicks
Mhm.
and raise the rear ride height 1 click.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just that.
Yep. Car feels good. Just my mistake there
Oh,
because
no worries.
yeah, you can't hit the curb under braking in the storm, but it's not like setup fault. I think it's just the car.
I was gonna say the usually the first flying lap is quite slow, but your first flying lap was almost the same as the best lap
Yeah,
of the session. So that's a good sign that it's a little better in the window. Um,
I think in my best lap I made like a perfect last sector because every time I lose on it. This first two sector I have like 2/10 of improvement.
0.5, I think, is a decent target, uh,
Yeah,
considering the lap times delta and other cars, and I mean the lap time delta on other tracks.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. I mean, there is a way to solve that braking issue on that curb. If you just go up on the rear rebound, but it's gonna start affecting the entry everywhere else, and then we'll have to adjust the front, and then it's going to be the same problem again. So
I don't know because the car is very good in all the part of the circuit. It's just this point.
yeah, it looks
You
solid
can
everywhere.
you can avoid easily. So
I agree. I think we should keep it like this if it feels good at the moment.
yeah. The car is like perfect everywhere, but not on the last sector. I don't know why it's worse than
Like the entire sector.
yeah, last sector is just last to turn, I think,
Is it?
because it's not very good on the curbs, and also probably it's a bit too understeer on entering that to turn.
Okay. Yep.
Uh, I need 30 seconds and I'll be right back.
Sure.
I'm back.
Okay. Is it bouncing on the front end or the rear end when you go over that chicane, that on that
I
final sector?
think it's the front, I feel, but I'm
Feel the
not
front.
100% sure.
Okay. Let's go one click up on the front wheel rate.
Yeah,
3 clicks up on the front bump stop range.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just that.
copy. I made exactly the same lap time 3 consecutive times.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For sure, it's
Yeah,
consistent.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean you can take that. It's a very good run. Um, how does it feel?
Yeah, it feels very good.
Right?
It's so easy to drive. Because this lap just for see if I can hit the point 5. For sure,
Oh,
it's the
yeah,
consistent.
yeah. It's 52,000. That's the
Yeah,
closest run I've ever seen.
yeah, for sure, free lap on this table. Yeah, think we can take that. It's, I don't know. Yeah, for sure, if I close a very good lap, point 5 is possible. But
Yeah, perfect. You happy with the balance of the car?
yeah, it's very good.
Cool. Pace is also good. I think the expected
Yeah, yeah,
pace for this was with this combo. I think it's good.
yeah, yeah.
Six.
And
Cool.
we're super consistent for a long stint, like an endurance or something like that.
Is it easy to drive?
Yeah, very easy.
Cool. That's important.
Um, for the safety, what can we do?
Um, Honestly, I think we should go up on the front ride height one click for safe, just so it's easier to throw the car in. Um, Especially if it takes something like the last corner, it's such a
Yeah,
long downhill corner. You don't want the rear to snap on you, and I think with the ride height, you'll also be able to take that chicane section a little easier.
yeah. So front right, I one click more.
Yeah, yeah, one click up. Yeah, and to compensate for rotation, we'll do rear bump stop range. Two clicks down.
Copy.
Yep.
Wait,
So
front or rear bounce of range?
rear bump stop range.
Okay.
Two
Yeah,
clicks
yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
So you don't get the understeer on throttle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Sure.
very small change. It might not be enough for the understeer, but we'll see.
In any case, the Bentley is in general is a safe car.
Yeah, yep. Except sometimes the traction can be a little tricky, but that's
Yeah.
similar. It's just like all front-engine cars. They have a tendency to snap out of slow speed exits. Um, but I mean, if the traction is also good on this right now, then we're definitely in a good window for pushing the car.
And I think this car is also very good on tire management. Because it's very consistent and probably can run with less fuel than the other car because the consumption is very low. It's like the Ferrari, I think.
Mhm. So I was typing. What was that again? Regarding the Ferrari
I was saying just the fuel consumption of Bentley is
fuel con.
very
Yep.
low, like the
Yeah.
Ferrari.
Yeah. So it's very good for fuel consumption. 'Cause I remember some of the there are like events where you have to run like I don't know like a 1.5 hour race on one tank or something like that, like fuel consumption of conservation events. And
Yeah.
I think some cars like the Bentley were not allowed, right, on some of them
Yeah,
because it's just so good with maintaining the consumption per lap.
exactly. That's very good. I think I never made a correction in this run. And it's pretty consistent as well.
Awesome. Yep. Is it easier on that chicane section?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cool. Any traction issues with the lower
No,
bump coverage?
no, traction is
Perfect.
very good. It's just a slightly understeered than the other setup, but uh,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's save that.
nice.
Uh, do you have the Motic runs for or the Motic data for these two runs? I'm
Yeah.
curious to see what the. Pretty sure it's going to be the same on Motic, with those 3 laps being exactly the same. Uh, Sometimes it might get like adjusted. It might not be exact. So it
Mm-hmm.
should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm sending. Yeah, I think I never made a 3 consecutive lap
Yep.
same time.
And none of the sectors were the same. On all
Uh,
3 of those laps, none of those 9 sectors were the same.
yeah, sector are different. Uh,
Okay, so quali. I think on the other tracks, it was just more of a ride height change. That was all that was needed uh, with the Bentley.
mhm.
It's a it's a car that stays very consistent even with the fuel when the fuel goes down.
Yeah.
So we'll try just actually I would suggest just try the race setup with the race fast without any ride height change. It's just the
Think
fuel and see what it feels.
just yeah, I think only change I have in mind it's just few clicks on the front toe for
So
have
okay,
more. But only on the front. I
uh,
think on the rear we can keep this for have a
yeah,
good
it's better
traction.
to keep what we have. Yeah, front just go maybe 2 clicks, don't go too much because
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
it's quite heavy on the front end already. The tire, like the load on the tires.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Yeah.
exact lap times in Motic. Usually the out lap and the in lap end up being slightly different in Motic.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. And the car was very fun to drive. Luckily, it's a bit slower compared to the other. Not that much from Valencia, but it's very fun to drive for me.
just this car or generally?
Ah, this car, because
Oh, here. Yep.
yeah, it's just very balanced overall.
For
So
Valencia.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But some of the other tracks also we did like Nürburgring. It's really well balanced, uh, but it's just the pace might not be at the higher end.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still a very good car to drive. You know, over a long stint. Um,
Yeah.
Even for someone getting into driving on the sim, because the entry is very stable. I'm quite sure with the right bob, this car can be competitive because on some tracks it's basically mid pack. It's only on certain tracks that It
Yeah.
struggles with the pace.
I think this car need a bit of engine buff, more power.
Mhm. Yeah, because balance wise, it's a very good car. It's
Yeah.
really good, very stable. It's got. I would assume it does work very well in high downforce tracks.
Mhm. To drive it's a song for me, or song quality. It's very good on balance.
That's good, right? Okay. So we don't need the ride height change for rotation.
I don't think rotation is still good. Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
Traction perfect. So
About 9/10. Just quickly double check what the other cars have done for
yeah.
just to see if the delta quality delta is fine.
Yeah, usually Bentley don't have a very good quality delta because it's very strong on
Yeah.
race.
It's actually usually a front engine trait. If you see the
Yeah.
most of the front engine cars, the delta won't be as big. Um,
But I think especially the Bentley also because on race need less fuel, so fuel difference is lower.
Right, exactly. So if you start with lower fuel, then yeah, you're right. The delta will be small. Uh, Valencia 30.3. Oh, other cars have about 8 tenths. So this is actually good. It's 9 tenths delta.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, depending on the car. Some cars have 8 tenths. Some cars have about 1.2 seconds
Yeah.
between that. Yeah, it's good. We're falling in the right range, so that's fine. So I wouldn't change the ride height if it's not needed, just because it's better to keep the balance like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that was smooth. That was interesting. I never thought that that chicane is going to be the problem point on this track.
Yeah, quality is also more easier to take. So
Okay.
yeah, in general, I'm very happy for this setup because yeah, the lap time is not the fastest car, but we know this. But to drive is one of the best for me on Valencia for the feeling. Because yeah, it's very easy. It's not oversteer, it's not understeer, it's just balanced overall. So it was
Yep.
very smooth to drive.
Yep. So effectively, it'll be good for endurance because, uh, it's got a. If you run a higher tank, you have better fuel consistency, or rather fuel efficiency. So you might even be able to knock off a pit stop effectively if it's a long enough race. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think an endurance around any track really, it's a good option. That's also interesting. You said that it's better with the quali fuel over the chicane,
Yeah,
which means if we ignore tire wear, then over the stint that section will just keep getting easier and easier. So that's something
yeah.
interesting. I'll add that to the notes.
And I think it's also a good choice, this car, for who's new on this track because it's very easy with this car. The only difficult part is adapt to the opposite uh, seat of the driver on the right. It's the only difficult of this car now, because for the rest it's very easy.
Yeah, it's basically the perception.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, it's still you
yeah,
get used
and
to it after a lap. It's just about changing the side in which you sit.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, that was interesting for sure. It's a good session. I think it was very nice. Um,
yeah.
Tested quite a lot, got an idea of what the car likes. Any final thoughts on maybe any driving tips for the customers?
It's just don't take the curb under braking in turn. I think it's turn 6. The turn on the right on the first sector, the only turn on the right, basically. Because if you hit under braking, the car can be slippery, and in general, don't try to over push the car because, especially on this track in general, you need to be very smooth. Uh, do a very good trail braking because the car need to rotate with the braking on the final part. Yeah, in general, be smooth with the pedals and don't be too aggressive because in this track, aggressive driving, I think it's not the best choice. Um, yeah, also be careful on the penultimate corner because you need to pay attention to the curbs. But yeah, the car is very permissive, very allow mistakes, so you can go easy with this. Yeah,
Cool,
that's all.
that's good. Yeah, it's yeah, not overdriving it is something that's
Yeah,
quite important, especially even on other tracks with the Bentley.
yeah,
Throw it in, but don't overdrive the exit, uh, lest you lose the traction. But yeah, that was good. It was a good session. We hope everyone enjoyed watching this one. You found this insightful. Got a feel for this track as well because it's a new track. So first ever setup live stream that we're doing at Valencia. It's always nice to test out new tracks and see how the cars behave on the different parts of the track. But yeah, this is the first of or the earlier group, a part of the earlier group of tracks for the Bentley that will be releasing tomorrow when you're seeing the stream on our Thursday release as usual, and also the fully updated Honda bundle will also be available with more Bentley tracks coming in next week. But on that note, thank you all so much for joining. If you're interested in checking out more information about our setups, do join our Discord server and also check out the website for different purchasing options you have for accessing these setups. But on that note, thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll catch up with you next time.